Hi there, I'm David Bennett with Financier's Mortgage. I'd like to welcome you to our very first video update. If you've been wondering why you haven't seen me the last couple of weeks, this video is why. It's not just the shooting of the video, but I've had to develop the whole support system that goes with it. And then there's all those pesky refinances. Nationally, there's been a 23% increase in refinances in this past week. Why? Because it's the right time. They tell us that interest rates will rise about 1% between now and the middle of the year to election. And that's because of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Europe, and what's the other one? Let's see. Oh yeah, the election. You have gotten yours started, haven't you? Are you daft? You can't wait any longer. You're past bottom and heading on up. Give us a call and work the numbers for you. Now, here's some other numbers that might interest you. We just learned that in 2011, 40% of all loan applications were turned down. But you know what? That's great. Because in 2009, 60% were turned down. Now, we just finished looking at all of our numbers for the 2011. We found that we had a turned down percentage of only 4%, which automatically puts us 10 times better than the normal lender out there. And keep in mind that a lot of our loans, a high percentage of them, have already been turned down at another lender. So if you've got a closing that's got to happen, who you going to call? Now, this video was one of my New Year's resolutions, as well was redoing our website. I haven't touched our website since President Hope was elected because the changes are happening so fast, I couldn't hope to keep up. See what I did there? But I'm hoping, there it is again, that I'll have all that worked out over the next month or so. I also hope I can get this video thing down well enough that I can send you videos in the weeks that I can't come out and visit you, because I think I can do a better job of keeping you informed this way. But since this is the first one, it should be the worst one. In theory, they should only get better from now. So tell us what you think. Give us your suggestions as well as what we can do better. Now, Fannie and Freddie have been in the news a lot over the last year or so. But do you really know what Fannie and Freddie do? I'll wager most of you don't. There's just an entity or a name that you really don't pay attention to anymore. It's just, oh, Fannie and Freddie this and Fannie and Freddie that. Well, try this on for size. Everything. And I mean literally everything you know about loan terms, loan process, loan types, conditions, paperwork, and even the whole appraisal process come from Fannie standards. If they disappear, so does your comfort blanket. Now, Debbie and I predate Fannie and Freddie, or Franny, so we can give you an idea of what might be in store for us should Fannie and Freddie disappear, because we worked with it when the banks and S&Ls had their way with us. First of all, money be available only where they wanted to lend. Now, Bank of America has already told the feds, last year as a matter of fact, that they already intend to pull out of the less profitable areas of the country. Franny can't. Just think of how bad the recession would have been if the banks could have pulled out of the states that they weren't doing so well because they decided that those loans were an unacceptable risk. Another issue is back then, you couldn't get every loan type in every part of the country. You only got the loan terms they wanted to offer in your area. Remember, there was no standardization. Now, Fannie isn't just a money source, although this is a very important part of their function, but Fannie ensures there's money to loan in all parts of the country, all the little nooks and crannies. Back in the day, you couldn't get loans in all parts of DFW, much less small towns or rural areas or a part of the country that wasn't doing just absolutely great. And the burdens beyond couldn't even get financing. So the Farmers Home Administration was formed. We know them today as the USDA. Now, what if you had to depend upon the USDA as your sole source of financing? How many homes do you think you could sell? So it follows that builders who are always building out the edges and the fringes would have a very hard time securing buyer financing and therefore selling homes. We used to expect our buyers to make multiple loan applications. Well, they'd be approved, but then the bank would say, sorry, Charlie, got no money, can't fund you the next month or the month after. So as a realtor, we had to shop for not only rates, we had to shop to see who could actually fund the loan afterwards, and we also had to shop every loan term. By that I mean we had to read the paperwork line by line. Until Fannie pioneered the fair loan and fair paperwork, or a standardized paperwork and terms that didn't vary from loan to loan or lender to lender. Different loans at the same bank or S&L had different terms. You know where the gotcha was, you just knew there was one. So as realtors, we had to take the time to read every line of the loan docs. Since realtors are responsible for the actions of anyone you recommend or suggest, if we sent them to a lender with funny terms, we could be sued. Now think of what would happen in today's legal climate. I'm just envisioning class action lawsuits against companies or against the whole realtor community. But you builders have it even worse because you go much further than a realtor ever could. If you incent someone, dare I say force someone to use a certain lender, and the buyer discovers a gotcha, think what your legal liabilities might be. Even worse if you owned a portion of that mortgage company. Can you imagine what would happen to your legal fees? No, you need a Fannie or someone like them. Without them, your life would be so more complicated and your sales numbers just plummet. It's obvious our legislators don't know, or maybe don't even care, about the stability and liquidity that Fannie brings to the market. They're just looking at political hay they can make. So if you got the ear of any legislators, please pass this video along or have them call me. I'll be happy to educate them so they don't make another mistake. Well, that wraps up this edition. I ran a little longer than I intended, but I'll just put that down to an unfamiliar system. I'll try to do better in all ways next time. And please share this video with your colleagues and your friends.
Please subscribe down below. And remember, you can call us anytime, after hours, weekends, and holidays. We will answer the phone. You won't get someone's voicemail. We're here to answer any questions that you have, and we're not on any kind of banker schedule.
This is David Bennett.
And Debbie Bennett signing off.
And
as always,